Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Building a Nation with Polonia Warszawa. Today we're on the page of Darius Zuba. Remember him? 29-year-old, didn't come through our youth academy. We actually bought him off of Vigri, I believe, and sold him to Southampton, one of the earlier sort of big transfers out. Same year that Hoja left us. So I thought we'd check in on him and see how he's doing. Currently playing for Brentford, so that's interesting. So we left for £2.1 million to Southampton. Had one sort of alright season with us, and then kind of just went off the boil a little bit. Played for Southampton, or rather didn't. In fact, he made one Premier League appearance for them before going on loan to Nottingham Forest in the Championship, where he barely played, and eventually was released from his contract and went to Derby County, forging an okay career in the Championship. Played a few games over the next 4 years for them, but didn't really play much, and then somehow managed to parlay that into a £1.6 million move to Brentford. That being said, last season he scored 10 goals and got 11 assists in the Championship, so having the best season of his career at the age of 28. These guys are really late bloomers, aren't they? Anyway, since it is Sunday, it's time for Regen Sunday. We love this part. If you want to participate, head over to the Discord, link in the description. Drop your regens in there. I love how active that still is. I really do want to be more active in there as well. I am trying. It's just I never have it open because it slows my computer down too much. So first up, Pablo Peters, who is an Argentinian Dutchman who's come through a youth academy at Telstar. I just love the idea of a player called Pablo Peters. Then we've got Pontus Skog. Brilliant name. Swedish centre-back. It might not actually be pronounced Skog. It might well be Hu or something like that, but close enough. Then next up, Dimitri Kietis Bedicki Hangoe Kota, or Kota for short. Then we've got Brady Broccoli. Great, just great name. Up there with the best. Followed off by Christophe Boone, a Belgian attacking midfielder. I just really like the idea of the surname Boone. Then we've got Tigran Hakobian, an Armenian centre midfielder who's come through at Bruges. Interesting. A lot of the best Armenian players I find never come through at Armenian clubs, like, is it Yerevan? They just, or Tashkent? I can't never remember the name of them. But they always have to come through at other sides. Bit annoying, but there you go. Then we've got Timoteus Miazgowski, who is a young Polish left winger playing for Polonia Warszawa. It's always nice to see them doing well. And that is a talent you got there. Then we've got Tanzor Thine, who is a Myanmese Polish. He's got dual nationalities, which is pretty damn cool as a striker. Lots of good Myanmese players that I see in these regens. And last but not least, we've got Nikolai Zhitcher, who is a Swedish striker, although his name doesn't sound, it looks more Norwegian or Danish than it is Swedish. So like someone said, maybe he's a fake Swede. So there we go. That is Regen Sunday. Of course, if you want to participate, drop your regens in there. Link in the description. Now, games off camera. We've got 2 games against Chelsea. There's going to be a youth intake in between there too. All sorts of bits. So we just needed to sort ourselves out. Our league form's been a little bit patchy in that we've drawn a couple of games. Thankfully, back to winning ways. Vicente for Posse, Firmino. Good stuff. Following that was a very good defensive performance. Again, our home to Motor. This time a pair of goals from Firmino. He's been getting into the team a little bit more as Pereira has picked up an injury which will see him miss, at very least, the first leg against Chelsea. Bad times. Things they continued away at Corona. Ibrahima Pereira, oh no, it was in this game that he got injured, in fact. Gave us the early lead though and was able to give us the win in the end. Then in the Cup semi-final, a 2-0 victory. Goals for Carroll and Firmino. Who else? And lastly, a 4-0 thrashing in the derby with a heavily rotated team who were pretty lacking in fitness levels as well. Getting our revenge for the earlier defeat in the derby. A pair of goals in 2 minutes for Zico, the young Brazilian third-choice striker who's had to play because Pereira's been injured and I was resting Firmino. Orozco grabbed one, as did Broniszewski. Nice to see him put in a good performance as well. And with 1 game left to the end of the Championship group, this is how things stand. We are miles out in front. Only 11 points, but you can see Katowice, 10 points clear in second spot. Stala Solbakken has got them playing some insanely good football, and they look like an absolute shoo-in for the Champions League next year, and maybe now is finally their time. I would like Poznan to get the other one because they look a lot stronger than Lechia, to be honest, and I think they probably will get it. Legia in there too with Zag and also other Zag, so it's kind of the same teams every year. It's basically just a battle to see who's going to get that final spot. Despite Corona stealing Skras manager in order to get themselves out of trouble, they've actually fallen deeper into trouble at the moment, and things are getting a little bit dicey down at the bottom. Pereira 23 goals, Vicente 16, and Mohamed Kone, who I sold to GKS, has smashed in 13 goals for them this year. It feels like a vindicated decision to move him on. Right, let's jump into Chelsea. They've got no team knows whatsoever. It's Pep Guardiola's Chelsea, so these guys are no mugs, it's fair to say. So definitely not playing that system. We're going to go with this one. I feel like we're strong enough to go toe-to-toe with this for the most part. Ooh, definitely not. What on earth? No way. Oh my god. Okay, this is a bad thing. If I'd have paid attention a bit more, I could have played Albarracin for those off-camera games and rested him for this, rested Vieira. Oh, God. It's going to have to be Veras, despite his lack of fitness levels, unfortunately. I can't play Favela there. He's injured and is not really good for that role anyway. Grosito missing for the rest of the season, so it's going to have to be Treverio in there, with Fapossi is at least back. Vicente, Lisic, Firmino. Like, it's a fairly strong lineup, don't get me wrong, but it could be better. Running out of viable options to actually put into the team for today. For some reason, Coronel is ineligible. Oh, because he was returning to fitness. Annoying. Waterberg, Olivier, Orozco, Zico, Pandorovic, Karol, and Broniszewski on the bench. It's a bit of a weird one, but Prado, I think, has actually done really, really well this year from what I've seen. Interesting that Chelsea are actually playing a very similar system to that which Porto played, so we do need to be careful here. So just a quick note on if I was to start just streaming this save and move over to the Huesca thing. What I would do is I wouldn't be able to upload the streams to YouTube, but what I would be able to do is make proper season review videos at the end of each season that we eventually get through that kind of goes over stuff. That I'd be more than happy to do because I feel like that wouldn't take too long and it'd be important to keep both sides of it updated, basically. Also, in other good news, Rafael Mako got his first ever cap for Poland. He was called up into the squad and he got 2 caps over the last international break, as did Idchak, which was nice to see. We actually had a lot of... Oh, God. Munoz. Wow. Oh, Lama got the block in. Brilliant defending from Lama. Chelsea have started incredibly well, and that is a concern of mine already. 15 minutes gone. We've offered nothing. They've offered a lot. We need to be better than this. We can't afford to let this continue. Oh, God. Well, I mean, no words. Alessio Piccarozzi, the Italian striker that's been banging them in for Chelsea for many years now, has given them the lead, and you can't really argue with that. We've been dreadful so far. It's a bad clearance initially, but nobody tracks Piccarozzi to the far post. He's got tons of time to bring this down and gets his shot away early, and Iglesias can't even react to that. We certainly can't let this continue. We've hauled a bit of the possession back. I mean, 1-0 still. It wouldn't be the end of the... Oh. Oh. Firmino bends one wide. We need to get to half-time and reassess. Just keeping a lot of the ball on this right, and we're going mostly down the left. Into the channel for Munoz again. We've got to win the ball off them in these areas before they get into the chance of coming through, and then they have another chance. Oh, for goodness sake. Agostino Maciera with the second goal for Chelsea, and I don't blame them, to be honest. They just, I don't know. This tactic, I just don't see... We cannot seem to play against it. Munoz is allowed to cut inside here, which is piss poor. But then they do get the tackle in eventually. Comes back to Maciera, gets his shot from the edge of the box, and... I mean, come on, goalkeeper. Nobody's really covered themselves in glory in this performance at all. 2-0, I think, is... I just don't see us doing what we did against City. Not again. It's somber. Particularly not without an away goal. Oh, God. Well, nah, we're out. I know I said this last time, but this system, I don't know what it is this time. We just don't seem to be at the races at all. And just these simple, stupid little goals that we're just letting ourselves concede. Nah, it's not going to happen. Like, you know exactly what's about to happen, and yet it still happens. It's a great little run off the bat from Munoz, but again, goalkeeper just isn't saving anything today. Munoz again. Just, what? Right. What is the number 11 doing? It's like they're actually getting out of the freaking way rather than trying to put a tackle in. Ball played across. Oh my God. Nah, right, we're not coming back from that. Well, just turn it in now, lads, eh? So simple from Chelsea here. This doesn't require a great deal of quality from Chelsea. And he gets a hand to it, but again, he can't keep it out. 4-0 feels a bit harsh, I have to say. There's some of those results against Porto, we could have had about 7 goals and somehow didn't. And then you get games like this where, yeah, we were definitely the worst side, but 4-0? Really? So, we had the one game off camera, away at Katowice, did manage to get the victory in the end, 3-2. They really are putting up a fight here. Firmino grabbed another pair, of course he did, and Jose Francisco, who's just signed a new deal, just in case, also got us a goal. But today it's about Chelsea. I really don't know what we're going to do. We're just going to go all out attack and just see what happens, basically. But before then, youth intake. You should be seeing it on your screen now. Wasn't anything special, unfortunately. And also, I've got to point this out now, right? We've had many foreign affiliates with that agreement set up for at least a decade now, and not once have we seen a foreign player come through the youth academy based on that. What's the point of them then? Like, seriously. Like, I understand if it's a rare thing, but there's rare and then there's just what's the point in it even existing kind of territory. Like, seriously. It's a fun little mechanic to have. Maybe have it work. It's honestly not even worth me even going into the players. That they just don't look particularly good, unfortunately. You're probably not going to hear from any of them ever again. Although I've said that before, so you never know. As for what we do today, honestly, I'm tempted to play this system and just go and absolutely crack one out and see what happens. We'll do a quick pick and see who's available. Albarracin is back now, which is good. In the middle of the park, what is our other options, really? I'd rather... Oh, he's unregistered. Never mind. Okay. Lisic, Vicente, Fappossi, Firmino, Orozco. Well, I'd much rather Orozco play as the... Actually, no, he's more... I don't know. Chabal, Falvella, Freitas, Albarracin, and Iglesias. Okay, good. The lineup is strong. On the bench, we're going to go with Olivier, the Lama, Karol, Zico, Albagaria, Coronel, and Bering. Yeah. The issue we really had was that we conceded 4 goals. And it does seem very frustrating. It's frustrating, as I'm sure you can understand, when you have so many games where you dominate and have about the same level of chances and shots as they've just had and score 1 goal or draw 0-0 or whatever, but then flip the other way around and you lose 4-0. Like, it's frustrating as all hell. One of the things I did notice is that we were getting into that area a lot, but whenever we get the shots in, so with the higher tempo on this, we might have a bit more luck. I don't know what I'm even saying. If Chelsea score a single goal, we have to score 6. We're not going to beat them 6-1, are we? It's just, this is actually an even more difficult situation than the Manchester City tie of last year. Let's just get that perfectly clear. But at the very least, I expect us to win on the night, because that will at least give us coefficient points. For Posse, already bends one wide. We could have taken the lead early on there. This is not working whatsoever. If anything, we actually look worse. Treverio's all the way through. Firmino blocked. Issue is we can't keep hold of the ball at the moment. Firmino's free kick comes back to him again, and he's saved it again, because that's where our biggest spaces are. Oh, Lisek, look at this from Blaise Lisek. Oh, he should have gone all the way. Vicente. Oh, is it the... How often does that happen? It's seriously frustrating. Firmino, very, very close to the... Whoa, bends it wide. Yeah, I mean, we're going to get to 0-0 at half-time at 0-0, which is never a good sign. Firmino, got to find Lisek into the channel. He does. We've got men surging off... Oh, we've got to find a goal here. Surely Lisek's ball. Vicente... Oh, my God. Need a good ball in for someone. Does find something. Orozco. Oh, what a save again. Lisek. Orozco, saved again. Honestly, it feels like what we're doing is working, but... Oh, well. You can't win them all, but at least go and win it on the night, eh, lads? We've played really well tonight and at least shown that actually we're capable. Even with out a screen, which is actually quite impressive in a way. For Posse, he's going to get that too. Vicente. Freitas, time to turn. Lovely stuff again. Oh, God. It's all going so well, and then just a random bad No, end me. I'm serious. What do we have to do anymore? Like... I don't... What is that? What is that? I'm sorry, but what is that? Ah, Jesus. Ball whipped across and bam. Muniz at the back post. 1-0 to Chelsea. Apologies for the loud noise there. I give up, honestly. And therein lies the frustrations of what can happen with FM, really. But to be fair, we've had 3 good seasons in a row. We were bound to have one where it just doesn't go right. And there's been a few little signs of it not going right this season. Lisek. Treverio. We've actually got better in the second half, amazingly. Orozco. Firmino. Albarracin. Loads of room. Loads of space. Can he put the ball across? Lisek. Vicente. Yes. He has made it 1-1. Finally. I just don't know anymore. The football in the second half has actually been excellent. And that's what's most frustrating about it. But they've still managed to find a goal. Look at this. Patience. Lisek pulls it across. A bit fortunate with the way it deflects there. Vicente smashes in his 24th of the year. Now we just need 5 more in the next 25 minutes. At least turn it around for a win on the night. Look at the space out to this right here. Olivier, acres to run into. He's got left and right runners as well. And that's actually going to get to Lisek. It's gone round. Ball across Vicente again. And he's hit the crossbar. It just seems like every time... Right, watch him head this aimlessly. Yep. Great save from Iglesias there. But again, there is absolutely zero reason for him to head the ball. Just bring it down or head it to your centre-back partnership. There's literally no one there. And somehow he manages to get it directly to the only Chelsea player near him. Lisek for Posse. Plenty of players surging forward. And he's overhit it. Lisek. He's in. Saved again. Oh no, we're going to get a bloody red card as well. How is this 5-1 on aggregate? There you go. He's giving him a me. My God, everything Chelsea touch basically turns to gold, and everything we touch somehow turns to fecal matter. But there you go. So we are out of the Champions League. We lost 5-1 on aggregate. Bloody hell. Lisek was man of the match. Well, it happens sometimes. That's all we can really say. A frustrating one, no doubt, particularly in such a good year in general for Polish football. And that means that this year we've actually done worse in terms of the coefficients, despite all the extra teams. And in the end, would you believe it, we're actually further away from getting into the top 5. That is just an impossible gap to close, I think. Genuinely. Like, we've actually done really well this year, but even with the jump, it's just not happening, is it? They're actually getting better. Right, so, next episode is obviously going to be final game of the season. We'll do the Lech Poznan game just to finish things off nicely. We'll look around the other leagues. We'll do all sorts of other stuff, do transfers, and sort of look at who's done what and where. Because I know that Legia sold a player for 14 million quid, and it was like a part exchange and all sorts of other cool stuff. So we'll talk about that, and just sort of plans in general going forward. So, if you enjoyed that, and I don't know why you would have done, but there you go. shows I still care, I suppose. Then drop a like on the video, that'd be cool. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe, that'd be awesome as well. And I will see you guys very soon. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.